Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something huge, a multi-trillion-dollar hardware race that's not just building the future of AI, but it's completely changing how we find truth online. So let's get right into it.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to kick things off with the wild battle for AI supremacy being fought with silicon and electricity. Then, we'll pivot to the darker side of this tech and the dilemma it creates. After that, we'll look at what happens when AI stops just answering questions and actually starts doing things. And we'll wrap it all up by looking at how this is reshaping our new information world.
All right, first up, the hardware. We're talking about the very engine room of AI. This isn't just a corporate rivalry. It's a multi-trillion-dollar war for control over the chips that literally power everything else we're going to talk about today.
You know, for years, if you were serious about AI, it was Nvidia or nothing. They were the only game in town. But that's changing. Now there's a real choice, a genuine fork in the road for developers. Think of it this way. Nvidia's platform is like this amazing, versatile Swiss Army knife. It's flexible, it does a ton of things really, really well. But Google, their TPU stack is more like a specialized high-torque wrench built to do one thing absolutely perfectly. And this choice is forcing everyone, even giants like Meta, to really think hard and pick a side.
So, you can bet Nvidia isn't just sitting back. They're coming out swinging, claiming their new chips are a whole generation ahead. But honestly, their biggest, most powerful weapon might actually be their software, CUDA. It's the language that pretty much every AI developer on the planet already knows. That creates this massive, powerful moat around their hardware kingdom. It's a huge advantage.
But the whole narrative is shifting. Google, who a lot of people thought was falling behind, is suddenly a massive contender again. Their big play, total control. I mean, they own the entire stack, from their custom chips and data centers all the way up to their Gemini models and the apps on your phone. This gives them this incredible end-to-end efficiency that could be a game changer in the long run.
Okay, so why should you care about this chip war? Well, it hits you right in the wallet, on your utility bill. These super powerful chips are incredibly power hungry. Just look at this. By 2028, data centers could be sucking up 12% of all electricity in the US. That's not just some abstract number. It means real strain on our power grid and, yeah, higher energy costs for all of us.
And the sheer amount of money being poured into this is just mind-boggling. We're talking about an estimated $5.3 trillion by 2030. That's why you see countries like South Korea looking at this and saying, whoa, this isn't just a corporate race anymore. They're treating AI compute like critical national infrastructure, like highways or power plants, and they're building their own giant data centers just to keep up.
So we've seen the incredible power being built. But with great power, well, you know how it goes. Let's talk about the risks. Because all this capability brings with it a whole new and frankly more dangerous kind of security threat. It's a supercharged version of a problem that's been around for a long time.
This is what security experts call the dual-use dilemma. It's a simple, classic idea. Any powerful tool that can be used for good can also be flipped and used for evil. And this isn't some sci-fi hypothetical anymore. It's real. We now have confirmed reports of state-sponsored hackers using off-the-shelf commercial AI tools, the same ones you or I could sign up for, to help them plan and carry out cyber attacks.
And look, it's not just big government spy agencies. Malicious AI tools are evolving at a terrifying pace. Take something called WormGPT. It started out as a jailbreak, basically a clever trick to get an AI to ignore its safety rules. But now, it's a full-on commercial product sold on the dark web. It makes it ridiculously easy for almost anyone to launch a really sophisticated cyber attack.
So what you have is this crazy, intense cat-and-mouse game. For every new offensive AI tool that pops up, like this bizarrely named Kawaii GPT, you have researchers on the other side scrambling to build new defenses. They're even starting to build safety features directly into the AI models themselves, trying to stop these attacks before they can even get started.
The good news, though, is that regulators are finally starting to wake up and get serious about this. Over in Australia, for example, the government has straight-up blocked services that were being used to create fake nude images. And they're not messing around. They're backing it up with massive multi-million-dollar fines for any company that doesn't comply. This is a huge signal of where things are headed.
Okay, so up until now, we've mostly been talking about what AI knows. But now, let's shift gears and talk about what it can do. We are entering a brand new phase where AI isn't just an encyclopedia, it's becoming an agent that takes action for you in the real world. People are calling this agentic commerce, and it's pretty cool. Imagine you're shopping, But instead of clicking through a bunch of pages, you're just having a conversation with an AI. You tell it what you want, it remembers what you like last time, and then, boom, you can buy the thing right there in the chat. The whole journey from, I wonder, to it's on its way, all happens in one seamless conversation.
But of course, this cool new tech is already causing some major headaches. Amazon is actually suing a company called Perplexity because they claim its AI agent was basically pretending to be a human to scrape data from their site. And this throws up a huge fundamental question for our online world. Should an AI agent have to tell you it's a bot?
Now, the economic side of this shift to doing is potentially massive. One study suggests these AI agents could boost U.S. productivity by an extra 1.8% every single year for a decade. Let me put that in perspective for you. That's a bigger potential kick than we got from the arrival of the internet back in the 90s. This isn't just a minor update, it's a potential economic revolution.
And these gains aren't going to be felt everywhere equally. They're going to be super concentrated in knowledge-heavy fields. Think software developers, managers, marketers. And a big reason for that is these new, incredibly powerful models like Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.5. I mean, this thing is getting so good at writing code that in some tests, it's actually outperforming human engineers. It's wild.
All right, for our last section, let's zoom all the way out and look at the big picture. How is all of this, the chip wars, the AI agents, the security risks, how is it all reshaping our world? From global politics all the way down to how you and I find simple facts.
Just check out this chart for a second. This shows something that has literally never happened before. For the very first time, open-source AI models developed in China are being downloaded more than models from the US. Now, why does that matter? It's a huge deal. It shows that open-source AI is becoming a new tool of soft power, a way for nations to spread their influence across the globe.
And this absolute explosion of AI models and AI-generated content is creating a new, pretty messy problem for all of us. A writer for The Atlantic called it the slopverse, a world just awash in AI-generated stuff where it gets harder and harder to tell what's real and what's just a fluent, plausible-sounding fabrication. And the better AI gets at sounding human, the tougher this is going to be for everyone.
So, if you're a business, a creator, anyone who puts stuff online, listen up, because the entire game has changed. The old way, search engine optimization or SEO, was all about climbing to the top of Google's rankings to get that precious click. But the new way, it's being called AIO, or AI optimization, and the goal is totally different. It's about being the answer in the AI's summary.
And this is the key takeaway for you. The way we all get information is fundamentally shifting. We're moving away from a list of 10 blue links that we have to sift through ourselves and toward a single confident answer from an AI. So if you want your voice, your brand, your idea to be heard in this new world, you have to become the source that the AI trusts and quotes.
And all of this leaves us with one final and maybe the most critical question we have to grapple with. If AI is becoming our new homepage, our new front door to all the world's information, who gets to write the facts and who holds them accountable when they get it wrong? That's the challenge we're all going to have to navigate together in this new world.